hello. Welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends. We are back to playing Monster of the Week tonight, continuing our family Splatters campaign. We've been off for about a month. It feels, I think it's about a month. So we'll do a big old summary of what happened last, so everyone's on the same page. But long story short, golf course, and that's about it. Before we get into that, why don't we go ahead and just reacquaint ourselves with all of the various hunters and their various positions within the family, starting with Phil Theodore. Chuck, tell us about Phil.
Hey, that's me. I'm Phil, older brother of Donna, and I'm just a regular guy who loves polos and golf.
That is true. And have you learned anything new about golf in the last 4 weeks, Chuck?
No, I'm pretty sure I backslid. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a golf term?
Do you remember what a shotgun start is?
It's something about the number 4.
Do you remember what a scramble is?
No.
Okay. We're doing great. Excellent.
Uh-huh.
All right. Fantastic. Next up, Bert, tell us about Anton Bankowski.
Well, Anton's a cousin from the old country. He loves the United States, especially with your laws about the press and what I can put in papers before, being thrown in jail for doing so. I also really like your clothing from 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think, is it what? Don't you have like corduroy suits? Isn't that what it was?
Polyester.
Polyester.
Okay. And a straw boater for my hat. Although,
nice.
I've been known to try other haberdashery.
I think you said that you...
I'm the reporter of the group. I sell a lot of bylines to like, austere magazines like The Sun and the kinds you find at the supermarket
American
counters.
Is what you said last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hear it when we were playing live, but I was listening back. I'm like, oh, yeah, that was clever. I missed that. Okay. You're also known, hang on, what was the nickname she gave you? You got a nickname too. Acorn Banky is apparently the name that the drunk medical examiner thinks you are. Mr. Acorn. All right. Next up, Jeremy, tell us about Corbin.
Corbin is our goth boy, Hex, tall, slim, dark hair, these horned serpent tattoos on his arms. Just kind of a snarky, bad attitude, but he's got to be here for his brother and his cousins.
Sure. Yeah. You took one for the team last time to get some information. Took some for the team. That's for sure.
Bathroom magic is potent, but it goes both ways.
Probably still lingers a little bit too in here. Might be finding some stuff in your hair for days.
Yeah, I'm regretting keeping the long hair now.
It's definitely a bad.
Doing the little emo flop thing now is a little bit harder because it's more weighed down. Yeah.
Just gonna flick on the people left and right.
Yeah.
Then we've got Melissa. Tell us about Donna.
Donna Theodore is younger brother to Phil. She is I am younger brother to Phil. Younger sister to Phil. Sorry. I was like,
it's like we always
I'm younger.
Okay.
Yes, younger sister to Phil. She is the wronged, so she's kind of taken on the badass, kick some ass, get vengeance for grandma. And she is learning about golf club stuff.
Well put. That's well put. That's definitely the way the Theodores like to put it. All right, golf club stuff. Excellent. And then finally, we have the other Redding brother, Adam. Tell us about Caleb.
Hey, I'm here. I'm with family. We're on a road trip. And I've just been hanging out. Like, they've been taking care of everything for me. I've just been like hanging along in my like transient stage of life. They keep telling me, don't worry about finding a job. I don't really know why, but That's cool. I'll take it. Always wanted to be a chef. Anyhow,
Okay.
we're gonna go do this thing.
Okay. Excellent.
And out of character, Caleb's a zombie, so he doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
There we go.
Someday he might. Someday.
I would love to
right.
see like a greasy spoon where there's a zombie chef.
Ugh. Would you eat there? Oh God. I don't think I would eat there, but who knows? All right. So last time around, we started up a new scenario, and then we had 4 weeks off because of various holidays. So I have a larger than normal just to catch everybody up. So last time started off with a phone message from one of Grandma Muriel's former lovers, a man that turned out to be the name Larry Mize, who runs the Good Denny's outside of Greensboro, North Carolina, or at least a small suburb of Greensboro, North Carolina. Apparently he helped Grandma Muriel years ago when she and her team passed through the area hunting a Sasquatch. The message was about a neighborhood by the name of Hagen Estates and a body that was found there, Samuel Voss, who was a retiree but an avid golfer and fisherman that washed up on Lake Hagen. It was reported as a boating accident, but because Muriel had sort of told him stuff to look out for, he saw that something was up. Because apparently the body was missing its liver and its intestines, and there's no clear sign about how they might have been removed. So all of you there traveled over there from Arkansas. It's around wintertime, Christmas time, etc. Overall, it was a very friendly meeting with him, even though he was very sad when he learned about Grandma's death. Anton did his usual bulletin board kind of inspection. He learned that there were various warnings about bringing animals not on leashes near the lake, and also to be careful with small children, but there weren't any other missing people or anything like that. There's also advertisements for a golf scramble at Hagen Greens, a very upper middle class suburb, gated. There was a notice for an October funeral for a beloved member of the community by the name of Katsuko Tanagawa, who is apparently the former head of a Japanese cultural center. And there were a bunch of coupons for Petrie's Patio, which apparently was giving stuff away at wonderful discounts. Corbin, you did your magical stuff in the bathroom like we talked about. And then the water grew all dark and chunky because you were trying to figure out where the intestines might be. It exploded on you, covering you with dark feces-filled water, giving you the impression that the intestines and the liver might have been digested. Later, you all went to Hagen Greens, the actual community. You went to investigate. Donna, you befriended Jim Furyk, the security guard, who became your ally friend for the rest of the mystery, in fact. And he gave you all access to the neighborhood. You started looking at some Christmas lights and such, and eventually you found a community dock for the lake itself. There, you encountered a community HOA committee member by the name of Bob Tway, who was returning from doing some water tests, and he was concerned that apparently there's something in the water that might be causing a decrease in fish population over the past couple of months. And then he's going to send those to Dr. Steve Stricker, who is the water studies professor at UNC Greensboro. You all pretended to be members of the community, like you had just bought a house. He told you a little bit about Katsuko Tanagawa, died around October, pillar of the community, survived by the rest of her family, the Mickelsons and her grandson. And then you all split up at that point, with Phil, Caleb, and Donna getting onto the boat and kind of exploring the lake for a while. And you went to a small island where you were attacked by a shell-covered monster who nearly drowned Phil. But Caleb and Donna were able to get to him in time, kind of pulled him away. But he did suffer a very traumatic, probably dislocated kneecap in the process. So it's an ongoing injury you're going to have. And then Anton and Corbin, you spoke with the medical examiner, Dr. Matea Harper, who, she was drunk. She regularly referred to Anton as Acorn, and who was pretending to be a writer to get her thoughts on a pathology report. Was sort of saying that he was going to do a feature on her, and he was using his friend Sonny Bravo as kind of like cover for this. She admits that it wasn't actually a boating accident. She was pressured to do so to write that down because of a police officer by the name of Duffy Waldorf. And she explained how the organs weren't surgically removed, and that she believes, her theory is that they were pulled out of an existing orifice, and that she still has the body in cold storage since no one wanted to ruin the start of the annual Christmas golf shotgun tournament. So they're going to wait till next week to do the funeral on Samuel Voss. And so that's about it. I think everyone caught up. We good? I think that's a little bit of everything. Okay.
You know, we got to see some Christmas lights. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's the lead. Definitely the Christmas lights. All right. So why don't we go ahead then, and we'll pick up with, just to make it easy, with Anton and Corbin returning to the dock, where we now see the boat coming back in from Phil and Donna and Caleb. Phil and Payne, and all 5 of you are back now. It's late at night. You're at the community dock. You have your vehicles. There's no one immediately around. But this is where you guys are at, so you can exchange information and decide what you want to do next. Late at night on a Friday night.
Oh gosh, glad you guys are here. We need to get my brother some medical attention.
All right. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually gonna burn it.
Do you want to try to heal him up?
Heck yeah, I do.
All right.
I used magic earlier, so I'm going to use my luck of the damned to get a +1 on this healing check.
Okay.
So I'll use magic. Whatever comes up, just add a +1 to it. I can't see it, but
so you got on the 11. Very good. Very good. So that's good.
Nice.
So 10 plus 1, you said. So it'll be 11. So it works without issues. So you choose your effect.
And then I'll look up. This might sting. Let me see how much that does. I can use magic to heal 3 harm, but it's exceptionally painful.
Okay.
But it's 3 harm healed. Just like the little.
Yeah. Describe
You're
it.
just sticking your finger in the wound.
Yeah. It's normally he summons up like the horn serpent tattoos, like in bigger versions to do the fireballs and stuff. But when he does the surgery, he has them split into like little Hydra heads. So it's like little threads of fire that he just has multiple threads of fire go into your knee and burn their way through your flesh until they knit things back together and pull them. And then they withdraw. And it just looks terrible and it feels terrible.
Yeah. Okay. I scream and yell with intensity. And then I go down to 1 harm.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Your knee is still a little sore. The kneecap looks like it's sloshing around or something, but you are in much better shape than you were just a few minutes ago. But your knee is probably on fire right now. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Oh, there were things on the island over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Ninja Turtle on the island.
Yeah. I got attacked by a Ninja Turtle with a bowl for a head.
Did it go for your mouth or your butthole?
I don't think so. It tried to drown me.
Drown you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you ask a question like that?
The doctor's pretty sure that the organs for the other person were like taken out of an existing orifice, and the nose is too small for those to come out of. And I'm assuming, path of least resistance, it's going to be harder to suck the intestines up through the mouth. So more than likely, something sucked it out the butthole. That's just, path of least resistance.
I hate these things.
Yeah.
Magic
is way more logical than you expect sometimes.
Intestines are pretty good.
Well, if it happens, remember, just open your mouth so it can't create a vacuum.
Okay. It turns me into like a big Phil whistle.
Wait, what?
So for now, we should like rest up for the night, right? Because like some people are gonna go play golf tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want my wiggly knee to stop me, but I do have a wiggly knee.
And you're still the best golfer on the team. Like, we should give you a handicap, and you're clearly going to be team captain.
I'll make you a knee brace. I'll figure it out.
Go.
You'll have a knee brace by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Am I playing?
And
I also recommend we get some duct tape. And we reinforce our undies.
Huh? Oh,
It's not a terrible idea.
Everybody make sure to empty out before we go and then just duct tape the heck out of your tidy whities.
This
Crude,
sounds
I get it, but
This sounds like a precautionary defense. If
it's good.
you understand
Also-
what you're up against, you
Come
should
to
take
Yeah.
think of it,
precautions.
I can't remember the last time I did. Is that weird?
That is weird.
You
Mm.
you
I
you
didn't
don't
want to
need
say
a lot
anything,
of
Caleb, but
grains. So
you pooped
okay.
the bed at the last hotel.
Oh, really?
I didn't want to make it weird. I just threw the sheets away. It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Told you I could swallow a golf ball.
Why?
Is that why there were so many golf balls in the dumpster afterwards?
Yeah, I guess.
It's around this
Uh-huh.
point where a woman with what looks like a very small but fluffy dog on a leash, and she has what looks like almost like a miner's hat because she's got like a light on her forehead and there's a light on her dog. Gets nice and close and she's like, "Can I help y'all? Do you know what time it is? You loitering around here? Excuse me. I think y'all better go back to your homes."
Oh, it's okay. We're health inspectors, just checking out a few things before the golf tournament tomorrow.
You're a
We're
health
leaving now, though.
inspector. It's
Yeah.
almost midnight and the golf course
Yeah.
is not here.
E. coli never stops 24/7.
E. coli never. Is that some sort of slogan for you health
Yeah.
inspectors?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I
Anyway,
see
we're
some
just now leaving.
identification, please?
No, that's classified. We're leaving, though. So thank you. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm. And you see, she's like moving around and she's like looking at your vehicle or vehicles if you have them both, and she's making a note. You can see she pulls out a little pad and starts writing. "I'm writing down your license plates just in case."
Are we
Well,
on like a dock? Are we?
You're on a
Are we in
community
the water?
dock. Like there's like a community access to
Okay.
but you're in a gated community.
Anton will make like he's tying his laces. He waits till she's finished writing down the license plate and everyone gets in, and then he just body checks her to the water so the notepad goes in as well.
Oh,
I'm so clumsy. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Okay.
I'll throw like I'm sure there's like those little floating life laughs. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. I'll
Quickly-
toss a ring out.
Yeah.
And she just stumbles up and she grabs it, and the dog at this point is now, because she had a dog, is now like paddling out in the water here and there, and she's like all coming up and she's like, Ginger, where are you at? Ginger, you brute. And she's like slapping at Anton as she starts coming up. "How dare you did that on purpose? I'm calling the police is what I'm doing. Ginger, get back here. Ginger? As you guys look around, you realize you don't see the dog anymore.
Ginger.
Donna's gonna
Oh, is
jump
she
in and
drowned?
try to get Ginger. Donna's gonna try to get Ginger.
Okay. Donna, you jump in, you swim on out.
I'll
Okay.
find another life preserver.
Donna, I mean,
I
acting
think
under
Ginger's gonna
pressure,
be
maybe?
dinner.
Yeah,
Ginger's-
Yeah, that works.
Or
Ginger's
investigate
turned
mystery.
into turtle soup? I guess it wouldn't be turtle soup if a turtle's eating it.
Tonight I
Uh,
dine
so
on
that's
ginger
an-
soup.
So that's a 9. So worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So
Okay. All right, so you're looking to try to rescue her. So the worst outcome is that you're not going to rescue Ginger. You are, however, going to rescue the very expensive leash that she was attached to, and part of the collar. As you find it, you pull on it, and you see that like the leather around the strap of the collar got torn a bit. It does not appear
Oh.
as though Ginger's attached to it.
Oh my goodness. What kind of
The
color
coli never
is
rests. Do
this?
you see what happens? Do you see
Just
what
the
happens when you argue with health inspectors?
Yeah.
The disintegration of this is just, oh, ma'am.
So she's
Until,
gonna
like-
start. She's gonna start screaming out at the top of her lungs. Help! They killed my doggy! They killed my doggy! As she just screams at the top, and you guys start seeing blink, blink, blink as lights in the various houses nearby start popping on at this point.
I'm gonna hop in the van and start the engine.
Okay. Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Just put a hand out for Donna to be able to grab onto to get
Yeah.
going.
Pretty much. That's
Just get a speed
trying
away?
to save the
Okay.
dog. The dog cannot be
Yeah.
saved. Now we are taking off.
Okay. So as you guys hop into cars and speed away, you see people in various nightgowns and robes starting to come out onto their front doorsteps as they're passing by, and they hear the cars peel out, and like this woman's screaming, "Ah, give me back my ginger!" Da 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 da. And so like the last thing you see is just her like waving frantically in your direction as you guys peel on out and away from a crowd that is forming near the dock. But because you have made a friend of Jim Furyk, you're able to get out of the neighborhood without
Nice.
any issues.
Thank goodness.
Okay.
He's
like,
a
"See
friend no
y'all."
matter what we do.
Yeah.
Anton just is like, what? Water monster gotta eat.
Okay. So you guys get out of the neighborhood. What's your next plan of action? Yeah, it's pretty late. It's nearing midnight.
Yeah, it's
Hotel.
sleep time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we?
So, yeah.
Do we have a plan of attack for what we want to do during the golf tournament? Because like, so wait,
I know,
who all is in the team? Because some of
I
us have to be
think-
public faces. Some of us can maybe be doing stuff
Mhm.
behind the scenes,
I make a great public face.
right? I forget. We had already signed folks up. I forget who was on the golf team. I know Phil was on it.
I think it
think
was everybody but Donna, because I do
Yeah.
remember a conversation where he tried to talk her into it, saying that they do that it is basically co-ed, so like men and women. And he also invited anyone who didn't have a full team. You can still come by because there's always stragglers. You can kind of do form an ad hoc team, so anyone can really play. Really.
Anton, are you looking after that incident to play golf tomorrow, or are you looking to be a little more behind the scenes tomorrow?
Well, if we signed up, we kind of have to.
It was late, and we'll just deny it that it was us.
She's obviously going to be overwrought from losing her dog. So
Yeah.
We'll just do the thing where we change our general like look.
Mm.
You know, you'll switch out of the tweed. We'll put on some polos. We'll pop the collars. They won't ever
Yeah.
recognize us.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, I have to wear color tomorrow.
Yeah, you do. I got a nice navy blue just waiting for you.
Oh, you know what, Phil? I was thinking, I think in the brown suitcase, not the other suitcase, I think you've got that salmon colored shirt.
Ooh.
Fuck you, Donald.
Okay.
That would be perfect.
Ah,
Mm.
okay. All right, fine. Okay. Yeah, great.
I
What am
mean,
I
if
gonna wear?
you're changing up your look, you can't go much
You gotta go all the
farther
way.
from.
You know, we could even get you a haircut, buddy.
Don't push it. I'll slick it back.
Okay. Caleb,
Ah,
we got some air fresheners and a nice pair of khakis for you.
what do we need air fresheners for?
Never mind.
I think doesn't one of you have that like just horrifically over scented axe spray?
Axwin, it's Old Spice in the
Eh,
white
it's an
bottle
even-
with the
even-
little
yeah.
plug.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. I forgot.
It's before they made funny
That's right.
commercials. It's back when they were still doing like the fisherman commercial, like with the
That's right.
Mhm.
Wait,
That's right.
Old Spice.
Mhm.
So you want, huh?
High karate.
All right, I'll put on some Old Spice.
Yeah. It's just sometimes some of the things you eat linger a little while.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
It's like when someone puts fish in a microwave. Like sometimes it's not a bad smell always, but it just kind of sticks there for a little bit.
what should I eat?
Well, you've got a very strict diet, so I don't want to suggest that you change it.
Huh? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just wear the Old Spice.
Yeah.
Hey, you got something to eat?
Sure. I'm sure there's a vending machine.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you guys do whatever it is that you need to do to get ready for the night. You make Caleb smell better. The night passes uneventfully. Saturday morning comes. It is a you have to get up very early. It's a golf tournament. So you have to get up very early. It's very cold when you get up, a little bit damp. But is everybody going to the golf club? The country club?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all pile in. You have your JC Penney's clothing on, and you head on. You head on down to Haken Green's golf club. When you get there, you can see that the entire parking lot is filled with all manner of vehicles. There's tons of people dressed in very nice like they look like, again, something out of a JCPenney catalog. A lot of them are wearing sweaters with the collar coming up out of the crew, and so you can still see the collar and everything. People are walking around with their fancy saddleback shoes and such. And you can see that there are like there's various like tables for getting signed up out in front of the country club itself. There's also people who are just kind of giving circulars and flyers, and you can see all manner of like festivities going on. When you kind of get out of the car, do any of you actually have golf clubs? I assume Phil does.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Phil's the only one with a set of golf clubs. So there is a what's it called? You could potentially get some rental clubs, or you could buy clubs from the pro shop, which are absorbently overpriced. It's kind of up to you. But we'll say that you guys are there. There's essentially a breakfast that you can have. There's like sticky buns and stuff like that. It's more like a buffet kind of breakfast and everything. It's not anything too fancy. Coffee, etc. There is a patio out behind the country club itself where you can see that have all these different carts lined up, ready to go. People are kind of doing little sign-ups, and they all have numbers associated with them. You can see the patio is gorgeous, beautiful, amazing furniture. Everything's kind of overlooking the lake. Kind of see this little fog is starting to clear a little bit, and they have like some little stage with a microphone dedication thing kind of going on. It's a whole get up. What are y'all doing? Anyone want to do anything in particular?
Well, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say that when Phil is kind of like going through his bag, kind of checking everything that he's got, you might notice, if you kind of are kind of double checking all of your errands, you might notice that one of them Donna clearly used at some point during one of our previous jobs. So when you're kind of looking at the groups, you're like, why does it look like there's some like blood and hair stuck in there?
I would probably just find it and just kind of hold it up to you like, what was that?
Oh, that was about 5 states ago. Sorry about that. I couldn't find her brush. Couldn't, yeah. Might want to fight that. And she'll just like pick up the underside of her shirt and just kind of like wipe
Who
it
needs
off.
to putt anyway? But breakfast.
Okay. Everyone spreads out. You start having breakfast. You can see there's a little bit like as you're all sitting there eating your sticky buns, drinking your coffee or whatever it is you might be having. You're looking around, and you definitely see first of all Bob Tway, the guy that you met last night, who's doing the water testing, etc. He is speaking to a few other people. You can see that he has a look of concern, and there definitely seems to be some whispering and some, as like he moves from one group to another, someone comes and whispers to him, and then like everyone kind of gets very, very concerned. So you can tell from a distance they look kind of upset. You can see that there's a group of people all with like these Petrie patio shirts coming on. They're bringing out what looks like patio furniture, and they're kind of setting it up as like as essentially prizes for winning like the actual competition, long drive competition, closest to the pin competition. They got all these different like tables and chairs and different kind of setups and stuff. And there's all this kind of nerve-wracking thing coming on. And then at a certain point, Bob Tway will come in to the inside, and he'll like, and I'm like, if I can have everyone's attention, please, real fast. Yeah, like just one moment here. Is anyone here? I don't mean to cause an alarm. Has anyone seen Julie Inkster? No one has. She hasn't checked in yet, and that's not like Julie at all. And we called over to her home. She's not there, and as y'all know, her and her husband are having some trouble, and he's out of town and such. That we don't need a break. Anyhow, has anyone seen Julie here? I just heard a terrible story. Apparently, something happened to her dog last night, well, y'all know she's had some trouble. So, if anyone could just, if anyone's seen her at all this morning, we're going to send some over to her house just to see if everything's all right. That would be great. Nobody? No, we ain't seen him. No, sorry, we ain't seen her. And everyone kind of shouts out, etc., etc. Okay, well, if any of y'all see her here, like, no, and if any of y'all still need team, if you want to fill in, Julie's team still needs a fourth, so there's that too.
If
Donna at this point,
Donna, you don't want to
will
miss out on the fun, do
just-
you?
She really was trying hard to not, and then I feel like it's one of those things where like Phil's just sort of like kicking the back of her chair, and suddenly she finds herself sort of like sitting up, trying to catch like her balance, which looks like she's volunteering.
That's great.
Sure.
Oh, that's what. Oh, man, we just met last. We have a new family in the neighborhood. I'm so very sorry. I have completely forgotten your name.
Donna.
Donna. Yes, Donna. Everybody, welcome Donna. You're like, hi, Donna. Welcome, Donna. Hey, Donna. All that kind of stuff going on. And like, well, Donna's going to join us, and her family's with her. If y'all want to stand up and introduce yourselves, say hello to everybody.
Oh, we don't have time for that. You've got other
Hi,
things.
everyone. I'm Phil.
Hi,
Hey.
Phil.
Donna's
Hey, Phil.
older brother.
How's it going, Phil? What's going on, Phil? All that kind of stuff kind of starts going on.
Yeah, I'm
Cycles
Caleb.
around. Hi, Caleb. How's it going? Oh, God, he stinks. Someone says, like, just like, see from you.
I told him that was too much Old Spice. I told him, and that's Corbin, and that's Anton, and thank you.
You're some random
You
person's
can-
like, you never have too much Old Spice. I don't know what she's talking about. You can never have too much. All right. So everyone starts coming around, introducing themselves to you. Nice to meet you, etc., etc. People kind of come up, talk here and there. And at a certain point, Bob's like, all right, well, unfortunately, we're just going to have to proceed without Julie, I'm afraid. It's a real shame. She really does want to be here for this. She loves this event so very much. But we're going to go ahead and get going. So if everyone gets out to your car, get on, start going out to your tees. And when you hear the signal, go ahead and get started. And everyone's like, yeah. And remember, thanks to old Rob Petrie. Give everybody a quick wave. And you see an older man, kind of slender, tall, kind of stands up, and he's got that Petrie patio. It's like he kind of waves a bit here and there. He's got these kind of almost dark sunglasses on, even though he's inside. He just kind of waves a bit. Well, Mr. Petrie has donated several items for all of us here. For those of you who win, for those of you who, and it kind of goes through all the different things that you can win with prizes and all that kind of stuff. all of you, if you would like, anybody who, how about this? Who's the oldest? Who's the oldest person here?
Either Anton or myself. It may Anton, yeah.
Anton and Phil. There's something about this guy that looks familiar.
Okay.
He looks very familiar. Can't quite put your finger on it. As he's kind of standing up and looking around, he's just kind of waving, and a couple people come up, shake his hand as they leave, and everything, and everyone's piling out into their carts.
I'll walk up to him.
Okay. You extend.
Hey there, friend.
Well, hello.
I swear I know you from somewhere.
Oh, I just have one of those kinds of faces, I'm sure. Maybe you've been down to my store.
Oh, are you the patio guy?
Yes, I'm the patio guy.
I've seen your bulletins everywhere. Maybe you had your picture on one of them. That's probably it.
That's probably it.
Thank you. I walk away with a creepy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Does anyone else do anything, or do you head out into the course?
Sure guy.
Yeah, that guy's creepy. I'm good to go to the course. I will follow up with Mr. Creepy later, hopefully.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
keep an eye on him.
Everyone goes out into the course. You start playing around, etc., etc. Here's what I want you all to do, just for fun. Is let's just see how it goes for everybody. Phil is the only one here who's actually played this before. So Phil, go ahead and you can roll act under pressure like normal. Everyone else, though, go ahead and roll an act under pressure with a -2, as I think none of you have actually played before. This is just going to determine how well you perform as you move around the course.
Under pressure. Okay.
So -2 for Donna means that I'm still at a partial success. So my 9 goes to a 7, which is still partial.
Okay.
Same.
Okay. Looks like Anton and Kayla did not have a good round. Okay.
Using the wrong end of the club, just picking up balls that he's finding or laying around.
Hitting somebody else's ball that's not even
It's a very entertaining montage.
Yeah, it's just you see him walk up, pick something up in a group that's just coming up towards, like, what the fuck are you doing? Kind of yelling at you.
Was this yours? I just found it. I was about to step on it.
Don't pick up here and there. Meanwhile, Phil is just. How'd you do, Phil? Did you roll well?
I got a 9, just a partial.
Okay. So I would say you and Donna and even Corbin actually has a halfway decent outing as you go about on it. Not good enough to win anything, we'll say. But you all have a fairly strong outing. Now, Donna, you are actually with a different group of people. The other 4, you are together. Like, you're kind of keeping your score here and there. Pretty much, it's like Phil most of the time, Corbin a couple of times, and every now and then you look over and Caleb's like eating a shoe or something. It just doesn't really make any sense in the montage.
If I get a chance where, like, I'm in the rough and nobody's looking at me too closely, one of the things I can use with the weird is to do something that's beyond human limitations and just kind of like have the snakes do like a homing shot with the golf ball. Like, kind of guide it through the air. Like the snake kind of goes ahead of it and pulls the ball along in an arc.
And you just hear like a screech behind you, and you look back and you can see like one of the rangers of the course just like screeches, comes like, well, that's just amazing. Wow, you put some English on that one, didn't you? Like, oh, wow, that is a professional shot right there, I must say. I'm very impressed there. What is your name again? I'm sorry. I didn't quite hear it this morning during the introduction.
My friends call me Chet.
Chet. Oh, well, that's a lovely name. Well, pleasure. That's a wonderful pleasure to make your acquaintance, Chet. You should come on out next week, and once the new season starts, we can kind of get you all hooked up. We got a whole league going on. Shots like that. Well, that'll just you'll just vault right to the top of the leaderboards there.
Of course I will.
Okay, well, good luck with the rest of your round. Okay, by the way, Chet, could you please tell that one man of yours to stop picking up people's balls. I don't think he understands the actual rules of the tournament. It's called.
Oh my god, he has Alzheimer's.
I
Can you
found
just
this in the
leave him
sand
alone?
trap. Was this yours?
That's a rake, sir. Please put it down. It's supposed to stay there.
I heard this was a sensitive community. Could you show him some sensitivity, please? He needs help. He's an old man, okay? He doesn't understand. He just wants to be with his family right now. Oh my god.
How old is he? He doesn't look that old.
He's lived really well up until the point his brain failed him. Oh my god. Just be kind.
Oh well, I apologize there. I'm very sorry. I'll pass the word around. Don't worry about it. It's
Thank you.
Okay. And he just kind of starts driving away, and he's just like, huh? Shaking his head a little bit. And when you get to the like back to the clubhouse later and everything, and like people are kind of coming up to you like is that your dad? Does your dad need anything? Is there anything else we can get him?
My dad's dead. That's my uncle. He's all I've got left.
Oh, I'm so very sorry. I'm sorry. Does your uncle need anything? Is there anything we can get him?
Just some lemon water.
Lemon water. Of course, we can get right on that. Okay. Anybody doing anything? Anyone trying to do any fast ones while you're on the course, moving around, this or that? Anything like that?
So is Donna paired with anyone of interest? And by the way, Donna is wearing like a polo shirt, which is just awfully not comfortable. And she also had a salmon-y colored looking getup that she's got, and she like normally is very much in the camo and the like bulletproof vest and whatnot. So she looks odd and uncomfortable.
You get some strange looks from the three women that you are paired with as you have taken Julie Inkster's position, as she has not shown up, and all three of the women who you go to meet with are dressed much more colorfully and with less camo than you. But they introduce themselves like I'm Patty, pleasure to meet you. I'm Laura, pleasure. And then the other one's like, and the last one's like, well, I'm Amiko, pleasure to meet you, pleasure to have your acquaintance, nice to have you here. And they probably don't take to you, like they're very polite at first, but you can tell like there's some snickering kind of going on behind your back. But then you start actually playing halfway decently, like you do, because you actually rolled halfway decently. So they're like, oh, okay, where did you learn to play, Donna?
Oh, my older brother's around here somewhere. Just just annoying. Just sometimes just had me go to the range just because he was supposed to babysit and he didn't feel like I had to do what he wanted to do. So you know how that goes.
Do you live with your brother? You don't? You're not married? Don't have a husband?
And she's about to just go full on, like, this is not to find me. And she just like, you just kind of see her be like, no, how about you ladies?
Oh yeah, we're all married. Well, except for Julie. Technically, she's separated now. Don't go causing something now. That's true. Her and her husband separated recently. It wasn't that recent. It was over summer.
I see. Well, I've never met the woman, so that doesn't quite feel like any of my business. But how about the rest of you?
Well, she has all she really has left is that dog of hers. Everything else, like her life's just kind of crumbling around her. But no. And so like they all kind of introduce, they have families, they live in the place, etc. Like all of them are very happy to open up a bit as you start to demonstrate that you are particularly good at golf. And to be truth, you're probably the best one of the group because they are pretty terrible. And so like they're just kind of taking your shots each time. And you notice that they are getting increasingly drunk as the day progresses. As like the various like cart comes back with like refreshments and things, and they're just constantly like looking around, and they're getting these orange juices, and then they reach back into their bags, and they're just kind of pouring just a kind of little bit of champagne around into it, and like all of them are just kind of getting really drunk on mimosas. So by the time they get around the ninth or 10th hole, Their carts are just kind of swerving left and right. They're swinging and missing, and they're having just a happy time.
Oh, and Donna's the sober one with 3 drunk women, so she's just
Mhm.
hating life at the moment. But she's going to chat a little bit with Amiko.
Okay. Sure. We'll say that you're sharing a cart with her.
I'm sorry, Patty and Laura kind of drowned out your answer. You said you live here with family as well?
Sure. My husband and I, we live over, and she like gives a street or whatever. On our son is back for the holidays. He's at Duke. We're all so incredibly proud. He's gonna probably be a lawyer or doctor or I don't know, something. Whatever he does, he's just gonna be great. Is what he's gonna be. But we're very happy to have him back.
Get a little bit of Blue Devils versus Tar Heels in this neighborhood a little bit?
I'm sure, but that's not necessarily nothing around here like that. But yeah, I suppose so. Anyhow, it's your shot, darling.
I'm sorry. Did I just happen to hear that you? I'm sorry, and gossip seems to be the theme of the day. Did I happen to hear you had a loss in your family recently?
You see, she gets kind of dark at that, and she's like, "Yeah, my mother passed just a few months back around Halloween. A delightful woman, strong, powerful. She was the matriarch of the family, so to speak. She's a delightful woman, pillar of the community, but she passed away, unfortunately. Yeah,
Oh,
she lived a good life.
I'm so sorry.
Though.
Was she ill?
Thank you very much. Well, no, she was just kind of getting up a little bit in age, is all."
Understood. Just sort of had an accident, or
No, just heart kind of gave out. That's all. Nothing strange or untoward, if that's what you're after. No. Everything's fine.
understood. And your son is at Duke. What is he studying?
Oh, as I said, I think he's going to law probably, though I think his father's trying to get him to become a doctor like him, but probably going into law, I think. He's a boy who's very interested in righteousness and making sure people get what's due them, that kind of thing.
Well, that sounds like a boy to be very proud of.
Oh, yeah, we all very proud. I'm very proud. Very proud indeed.
Well,
So-
I do, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring up the bad tidings, just happened to be one of the first things that we heard that.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine meeting a brand new stranger and just spilling all of my family secrets about them. I'm just teasing. I'm more than happy to talk about it. We're an open book. Now, honey, it's your shot now. We got some people behind us, okay? So let's go ahead and keep it going. Keep it going now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Very nice shot.
All right. Guys, are you doing any shenanigans while you're on the course, or are we just
Yep.
fast forwarding to later?
Yep.
You got something, Adam?
Yeah, so I'm gonna accidentally, since I'm doing so bad, hit one of my balls into the drink. And we're gonna wander over there and see if I can like look around a little bit to see if I do find a dog or a person.
Sure. Absolutely. Investigate a mystery, it sounds like. Absolutely.
All right.
So you knock one over, plops in the water, come looking around.
I thought I clicked the button.
That's a miss. You rolled a 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's rolled a 6.
Yep.
So you were okay. All right, so you kind of come on over and you're looking, and like the fog has kind of started to drift away at this point. It's kind of burned off a bit as the sun's come out. Let's see. So is Caleb, will we say, a good swimmer?
He was,
Okay.
but
Alright.
not anymore.
Okay.
Kind of lost some of that buoyancy.
Fair enough. Okay. So you look around. You're on a different section of the lake than where you guys were last night, but you're not that far away. People did kind of point out to you like where everything was, but eventually, yeah, you look around. You can't really find anything in particular. So, but you're poking, prodding. No, nothing there. I'll say a couple points though. One thing you do notice that there's like no animal life whatsoever. Like as you're looking around, there's like no. You don't see any like frogs. You don't see any fish. You don't see insects or anything around here. It's all kind of very, very dead completely. And as you're standing here and you're looking across the way as the fog's kind of lifting up, that mist, you can see the far side of the lake a bit. That kind of undeveloped land that was sort of referenced a few times. And you do see like there's movement across the way, but you can't quite make it out from a distance. Like it's just the fog's kind of too thick, but you kind of see something sort of moving around in the forest, kind of across the lake. That's about it, though.
Okay. Can we say that like on the way back or during one of the holes, because I've missed both rather spectacularly, that like my ear falls off, and then I like pick it up and hold it back up against my head, and I go up to Corbin and I'm like, hey, does this look bad? And I'm holding my ear.
No, it's fine. Actually, you just, you just had like a really serious blackout here. Let me, God, this is so gross. So nobody's watching. I'm going to pop it for you, but actually I'm cauterizing his ear back into place.
Okay. Are you actually doing a heal? Do you need a heal, Caleb?
No, I don't need a heal. I've got one harm. It's just I want to start pushing, the fact that I'm a zombie just a slight bit more,
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say you managed to do this when no one's looking. You just kind of look around really quick, and then a quick little suture, like your fingers kind of heat up a little bit. We see the the singe is like the flesh hits the flesh. And almost like it just kind of sticks. It's probably a little crooked, but it's there. It's on. It's back.
Donna wants to find out if there is a Mrs. Petrie.
Sure. And how do you want to go about doing that?
I mean, these women are pretty drunk, so I think she's probably just gonna be like, so there's all of this. I'm not so sure what our chances are. I'm assuming this is like after like we're taking her ball yet again, because they're just like drunkenly sort of hitting the ball over the place. Be like, well, I was gonna maybe try to get some of that patio furniture. Is there a king and queen of patio furniture land around here?
Go ahead and roll manipulate someone.
Right.
You have been prying so much. Such a busybody.
But they're drunk. They won't notice. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
I get it.
So you say it to. So you'll say it to like the group. You say it to one of the drunk ones, like, "Why are you gonna try? You some sort of home wrecker? Is that what you are? You want to insert yourself into that marriage too and break that one to steal another husband?" And it's like Patty, it's okay. He's no. Oh, shit, you did. You slept with him, didn't you? And she kind of comes running out at you, and she's throwing the mimosa in your face.
She did.
And people are holding her back, and they're like, she just moved here. It ain't her. It ain't her. You're a homewrecker. I know it was you. I know you slept with him. And just and they're doing their
seductress.
calling from the next, like, you say he's a seductress. You heard him. I'm gonna be just like Julia. I'm gonna be all alone. And she just falls down in the grass, and they're just sort of like petting her, the other two, like, no, Patty, it's fine. And because it's like her husband, she just found out right around Thanksgiving that her husband's been two-timing, and So,
Oh, you don't say.
yeah. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. It's not common knowledge there, Donna's. Let's keep that one between us girls, if that's all right.
And Donna's looking around at everyone that was clearly an earshot of this, just like
One hole here, one
hysterical
hole there.
breakdown.
Everyone's kind of looking.
Like,
Okay.
oh, yes. No, not going to share that with. So is that a? Oh, never mind.
Supposedly, he has a wife named Laura, but no one's actually ever seen her when they go to the store. But that's the rumor, at least.
Interesting.
He's much older than you, darling, though. I think that's a... And they kind of start looking you. She looks at you a little bit. Oof.
I assume we're taking my ball again.
I think we're a little busy with Patty right now after what you did. At the least you can do is finish the hole out for us.
Yep. Of course. Yep.
Okay. Right. Okay. Anybody else doing anything on the course?
Anton's trying to eavesdrop while he's juggling like 3 lemon waters. For some reason, people just keep walking up with lemon waters for him.
Did you order this one? Is this yours? You look thirsty.
I'm just trying to get an idea of what some of the conversation on the field is like.
Okay. Sure. You do like investigate, maybe. Give that a roll. Okay. So partial success. So basically, just ask me a question. Is there one particular topic that you would be interested in hearing about?
What's being concealed here?
Okay. 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 You hear some rumors starting to circulate about it's being okay. Apparently news has kind of gone out about the first man's death, Samuel Voss, and you guys have already heard some things about it. But I guess there's some talk being shared that apparently he was strangled. It's like there was like strangulation, and so people keep talking about, we think there's someone murdering and such, and then someone's like, it's just like last year and they're like, it's not like last year, those bodies were in the forest, they weren't in the lake. And like, well, what about the year before? Well, those were in the sewers and that doesn't count. And like, well, what about the year before that? Well, that was just on the streets and just bad luck. And so they constantly like referencing all these like different like strange deaths that were happening over the last few years. But as they like mention them, they really, to your ear, probably sound not like immediately connected, but at the same time, they're all weird. Something strange about them has kind of popped up even there. But people are kind of like, it's just the rumor mill is trying to heat up, but it's not. It's like it's all kind of inconsistent. But you're getting the sense that there have been more strange deaths in this here town over the past few years than just this drowning / boat accident.
Oh, thank you. Another lemon water. Yeah, just late right there. Thanks.
You really like lemon water. Well, all right, here you go. And so they sat down. No problem. Okay. Anybody else doing anything on the course? All right, then. So
Just
we'll say,
cheating to make sure I beat Phil.
Of course.
Making sure I beat Corbin.
You guys are on the same team.
They're playing together.
Could be explained
Doesn't
why
matter.
it's going so poorly.
Yeah.
Eventually, you make it back, and everyone starts kind of coming in. Everyone finishes around the same time because it's a shotgun start, and you all like they're having like a big old lunch, this fancy lunch here and there. Like they're calling out winners for this, and you can see the guy from the Petrie store is there, kind of giving a little speech talking about like sales, and anytime they announce a new winner, like this group won, or this person won for long drive, or that person won for closest to the pin, etc., etc. Like he kind of comes up, shakes a person's hand, and he kind of hands over like some little trophy that they made, and kind of points to a new piece of furniture that they had brought up here and there. While all this is happening, you guys, the lunch is enjoyable. It's good food, etc. The sun is out. It's still kind of cool because it's Christmas time, but it's definitely nice with the sun out. All of a sudden, you all hear some scream, and you look down by the water. There is a body that has like washed up on the shore of the lake. Now, the where you're at is like a patio that's sort of overlooking the lake, but when you sort of track the coast, you can kind of see eventually like the body has just washed up there, and it's right there, and everyone's freaking out like ah, and other people are like racing down. Some people are just kind of getting up and looking, and I was like, oh, call Duffy, someone call Duffy. Why isn't he even here? He's supposed to be, where's Duffy? And like all sort of pandemonium starts breaking loose. What are you all doing?
Running down there.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right.
Yep.
Anyone who runs down there, as you see the body get rolled over, all of you immediately recognize the body of Julie Inkster. It's the woman who you met last night and got her dog killed and knocked her into the water. That woman is there. And she looks immediately like she's definitely been in the water overnight, so she's kind of waterlogged here and there. Skin's kind of gone pale, all the usual things here and there. There's a couple basic bruises and lacerations, but nothing nothing too beyond the pale. But someone's like, oh, and they fall down, and then like and Patty, who had already had a breakdown, she has another breakdown. Now my best friend's gone, my husband's gone. And she falls down too. And it just becomes this absolute travesty.
At that moment, Caleb looks at Corbin and just says, "Uh-oh."
Oh God, please fail. Please fail. Oh God.
Like a look of pure desperation from him. Let's see, where it is. Act under pressure.
Yeah, we'll act under pressure to immediately try to resist the urge to go eat. Yeah. Okay. So that's a partial success. You get a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay.
I get to pick between those three, or is it you picking?
I'm going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or a price to pay. So like you're going to be able to withstand not eating her.
Okay.
But I'll say this, like you just kind of, what has Caleb eaten recently?
I mean, he fills up on anything, so whatever they would have had there, like he's pretty much always hungry, but it doesn't really seem to do anything for him.
Sticky buns and coffee.
Yeah, so he's had a ton of sticky buns and coffee, but like it's not like it wakes him up or it nourishes him.
Has Caleb eaten anything he shouldn't have in the last like 24 to 48 hours?
Oh yeah, probably. Let's 20 to 48, 24 to 48.
What do you think it might have been?
A golf ball.
Okay, so we're gonna say that Caleb, you in an effort to try to withstand the desire to rush in and eat this woman, you begin to you feel these stomach pains, and you just start hurling right there. And now you're not the only one who's actually doing that, but as you do, like food comes out, but then like a golf ball comes out, and various other things start popping out.
It's surprisingly
in front of everybody,
undigested.
And everyone sees it. Everyone is looking at this.
I think I would be more surprised if it was partially digested.
So can we use that as a distraction? Like,
Yeah,
is
what
there
do you want to do?
enough
What do you...
people?
I didn't realize I ate two.
I think Jeremy threw this in chat, and we were thinking the same thing of like, how can we try to grab
Just saw the message.
Julie's body out of the water and assess for similarities to the previously discovered body.
Well, you
Jesus
tell me
Christ,
what
Caleb,
you're doing.
you have to stop this. Why do you have to put everything you find in your mouth? Why do you put all these balls in your mouth, Caleb? Dear God, this is why we can't have friends when we go to a new town. What's wrong with you? Oh my God.
I told you I could eat a golf ball.
Why? Why would you do that?
You dared me.
While they're making that scene, I'm
Mhm.
going to go down like I'm checking on the body, but really, I'm a big guy. I'm just making a shield. That way, Anton or Donna could kind of get on the other side of
Okay.
me to have more cover.
It sounds like you're doing a help out. So why don't you go ahead and give a help out?
Yeah.
And we do have boosts. Thank you, chat, for any assistance we might need.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
No
11?
assistance
There we
needed.
go. Nice.
You're gonna get a +1. So Donna or Anton, do you take advantage of this and of Corbin and Caleb having their brotherly spat and everyone staring at Caleb and like this sort of like stand by me retching fest kind of starts to happen as people start seeing different things pop out of Caleb's mouth.
I'll follow Donna's lead. So I'm looking over to
Okay.
see what she's about to do.
All right, Donna.
One of those golf gloves.
Yeah, so and
God.
A living
I think-
mouse pops out, scampers away.
I think
Mr.
Anton is
Jingles.
probably better with sharp than Donna is. So Donna's gonna be adjusting clothing and whatnot so that Anton can investigate a mystery.
Okay. Are there a lot of people around her as well?
There are a lot of people. There is a lot of chaos going on.
Okay,
There's no
so-
cop here yet. So
Oh shoot, what is the name of the profession that works on corpses?
mortician.
Mortician.
Okay, so instead of yelling out, "I'm a doctor," Anton say, "Back up! I'm a mortician. Let me check this out."
You just come up with
Donna,
a
scissors.
mortician.
Yeah.
Dear God, that sounds like manipulate someone. Actually, go ahead and roll manipulate someone with a +1 from Donna, kind of helping here as you go up.
Hey, even better for Anton. It's charm.
Right, so I'm just going to
God.
increase my charm by 1 to get that plus correct, and then
Yeah.
roll it.
That sounds good.
Manipulate someone. Boom.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, dear.
Can we do a reroll with that with some?
You can do the luck
Bits?
thing, right? If you have any luck. I don't
I
think we're
do
doing
have luck.
rerolls with bits. I think we are doing.
You know what?
It was just a
yeah,
+1.
I will check the luck.
Okay.
You did roll to a 12. I will do
Okay.
that.
All right. So on a 12, not only do you get what you want right now, they also become your ally for the rest of the mystery, or if you do enough for them permanently. So we'll say the guy who is sort of in charge, we'll say it's Bob Tway. You've met him before. You didn't make him an ally, but he's kind of like the committee member. He's trying to take charge. And he's like, and you can tell he's panicked, right? He's like, you hear what he said? Back up, everybody. He's a mortician. He's a mortician. He's if anybody knows how to make sure she's dead, it's a mortician. Come on up here. I forgot your name. What's your name, sir? Oh God, can you get your friend to stop throwing up?
You seem like you've got your head screwed on well. Here, give me a hand. Grab her legs.
Oh, yes, sir. And he grabs her legs. What do you want me to do with them?
Get her out of the water. Come on. Let's.
Right. He starts kind of pulling her up at that point. He's like, okay.
Now stand back and let me check for death.
Yes, okay. Oh, God. Oh, Julie, what happened? Oh, you poor sweet thing. You were such a pain in the ass on the committee, but you shouldn't have gone like this. Not like this. So, investigate a mystery. I think if you're gonna try to examine the body.
Yeah.
Stand back. I'm a mortician.
Donna, did you want to
Jeez.
do that and me help, or do you want me to do that? And
Go for it. I'll continue to help you.
all right, so investigate a mystery.
I'll just kind of
And
say
this-
like
this-
maybe push on her belly and see if she's got anything left in there.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think this is where my +1 from helping out comes in too.
Okay.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So it's 7 to 9. Hold 1. Okay.
Okay.
So-
So yeah. What do you want to ask?
Well, I think we want to know what happened here, right?
So
if this body is the same as the other one.
Yeah.
Anton, based upon your conversation, you never inspected the other body, but you did speak with the medical examiner, and everything that was sort of just everything she described, the idea of like there's some abrasions on the neck, just like bruising and stuff, to suggest that there might have been some sort of strangulation here and there. But as you kind of press down, kind of like Donna was saying, you can feel like there's these caverns of like missing, there's something missing. You can tell just by looking at it. And as you as you
Quick,
kind of
flip
do
her
the
over. We got to
examination,
check for prolapse.
you do, and from what you can tell, it does seem as though she is missing organs. She has suffered some element of strangulation and has all of the markings that the medical examiner said the other person had too. Same of us.
Okay. Well, also, yeah, thinking back at that conversation, do look to see if like there are abrasions around any of the orifices that are available: nose, mouth, ears.
Yeah, you don't see anything like that. You don't see anything like that. Again, everything matches up exactly to what she said to you about the other one. So it does seem like it. I'm trying not to be too crude here. So like
Right.
let's just say it's exactly like the other one. Yeah. I will say at this point, Bob.
Yes,
Bob's
she's
right.
dead.
So,
I'm certain of it.
is there anything you can do, like CPR or something?
She's
that be-
missing organs. No, she's
You
quite
just-
dead.
Everyone spread out. Julie's missing organs. See if you can. Which organs are they?
I'm gonna try and go ahead.
If they were all in a row, would they be an organ trail?
Oh,
Go ahead and take a point of harm for that, Caleb, as you reverse choke on a sleeve of 3 golf balls trying to come
Golf
up.
balls just fly back in.
Well, it's okay because I take 1 harm less. So
You're still choking.
Okay.
Okay. Harm 0 is still a thing. Okay. So
Goodness.
it's at this point you guys hear like okay, everybody stand back now. This is a crime scene. As you see a very heavy set man with a big old bushy mustache, and he's got like aviator glasses on. He's got what looks like a cowboy hat, and he's just moving down a little bit here. Everybody calm down here. Looks like we got, and he kind of comes up. He looks down at the body. He looks over at Anton and Donna and Bob. And Bob's like, they were just looking around. Well, this is just a tragedy. We got ourselves another boating accident in such a short time. When will people learn? Stop going out. And he turns over. Stop going out on the water when you're drunk and when it's at night and dark. This is what happens. Everyone take a good hard look. This is what happens as he's kind of pointing down, looking around. And everyone's like, oh, yes, sir, officer. Yeah, okay, Duffy, no problem. Yes, sir, Officer Waldorf. Yes, sir.
Donna would like to do read a bad situation because he didn't even look at the body and he just kind of walked up and just said this was a boating accident.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I'm gonna take a +1 on that.
It's so dumb. Oh goodness. Oh wow.
Oh gosh, that's hold 3.
Okay. All right. So
So
One hold can be spent to ask the keeper any of the following questions, and if those don't really make too much sense, if there's something else that you want, just ask.
yeah, so I want to just try to get a sense if my sense is correct that he walked up and started saying that this was an accident before he even looked at the body.
He vaguely glanced down at her. He didn't like do an inspection the way that the rest of you did.
Is there anyone else that he seems to be sort of like making eye contact with or anything as he's...
You see a couple times he does in fact make contact up on the patio as everyone kind of scrambled down off the patio down towards the lake. You can see up on the patio, you can see Rob Petrie with his sunglasses, that tall, skinny man just kind of looking down, and he's just being very observant, just watching. And once or twice you see Officer Waldorf kind of look up at him and give him a nod.
And I'll hold the last success for now.
Okay. Sure.
You're muted, Corbin.
Obviously, boating accidents are very serious. We need to go look for that boat right now on the water to make sure if there's anybody else hurt. Let's get out there. Let's do something.
Young man, I greatly appreciate your energy and your suggestion. Your suggestion's not wrong. But at this point, I think it's best if we leave such a search to professionals. I think everybody should just go back up onto the patio here, take a deep breath. I'm going to get my boys to come down. We're going to take the body away. We're going to get a proper examination. We're going to get out on that lake and we're going to see if we can find it. I'm sure we'll find it. Not a problem at all. Thank you very much for that. Why don't you all just head on back, get your things, return to your homes. This is a tragic day. Very tragic.
Well, I was an Eagle Scout, and I know to form a line and spread out and comb the area.
Young man, you're covered in your own vomit, and there are several half-eaten golf balls at your feet. And I think I just saw a mouse try to crawl out of your mouth, and you swallowed it back down. So I appreciate that you at some point were an Eagle Scout, but right now I think you don't quite have the stomach for this. And that's okay. You don't have to.
But I like doing dares.
That may be. Thank you very much. I'd rather you not vomit anywhere else that might contaminate things here and there.
Okay.
Thank you, officer. And she'll kind of loop her arm with everyone to make sure that they were going back up so that we can keep an eye on Mr. Petrie.
Okay.
Hey, so is it Petrie or Peach Tree?
First one, then the other.
Okay.
It's like the dish.
Yeah.
Petri. Like the Petri dish.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna head back up.
Okay. At that point, you can see there's people who are consoling each other. There's other people that are getting up and leaving. Bob Tway's going around trying to like calm everybody down, such and such, and like trying to ineffectually give out trophies to people who didn't get their trophies before, and Merry Christmas and same time next year, and all sorts of really it just really doesn't go well. Some people still linger around. And you
I'll
can
try
see
to get one of those trophies.
Okay, just come up and grab one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sure. Go ahead and go ahead and roll. Act under pressure.
The important thing to me
probably?
is that I have a trophy and Phil doesn't.
Oh,
roll act under pressure.
Is that cool?
Should be yeah.
There we go.
Oh my. Corbin
13.
somehow.
My gosh.
Okay, so
I got a hole in
choose to-
one on that
Okay.
that drive from the rough or whatever. Yeah, I'm not a golf guy.
No, that's the drive from the rough You gotta. Oh God.
You gotta hit it into the rough first in order to
Somehow.
drive from it.
Right.
Somehow
was
you
an
grab the
albatross.
championship trophy, this big old championship trophy, and no one stops you. Everyone just assumes you're right. You just kind of grab it, and no one interrupts you. You have literally the championship trophy.
Hey man, I got a higher score than you though.
Guys, we're all on the same team.
You did better than me, but you didn't do better than Chet.
No, I got a higher score. I got
No, you
more.
didn't. You didn't get a higher score than Chet. Chet won.
What the hell are all of you talking about? You were on the same team. You all had the same score. What are you talking about?
Huh?
I would
Hey,
sadly
Phil?
be.
Phil, I'm gonna give this to you.
Because you know I deserve it.
No. Because you know you didn't earn it.
I hate you.
Oh man. You don't like gifts?
I know, he's so ungrateful, right, Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb.
You know
I
what,
I
Caleb?
like your gifts you give me, Corbin. You give them to me all the time.
Caleb, you really did have the highest score out there. So
Yeah,
you
I
can go
know.
ahead and keep this. I think it should have gone to you.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna argue. Caleb, you do deserve that.
Sweet.
And Donna looks at Anton like, what?
Uh,
And Donna's
The
watching
game of golf
Mr.
is truly
Petrie.
confusing.
All right. So at this point, there are a handful of cops around that seem to be tending to the body of Julie Inkster, that you know has the same stuff that happened to her, happened to the original body. You can see that most of the crowd has petered out at this point. It is like early to mid afternoon on a Saturday. What do you guys want to do?
is Petrie still at the clubhouse?
Yeah, I'd like to
he's
follow
there.
him if he leaves.
It does seem that he once or twice him and Duffy, the officer, have a conversation or two here or there.
Okay.
First
thing I want to do is try and see if I can notice what his drink is. Like,
Oh, he
what is he
hasn't touched
ordering?
a drink or food this whole time. He's just been there. Doesn't mean you can't offer him one, but he hasn't, like, as far as you can tell, he hasn't partaken in any of the food, hasn't partaken in
Okay.
any of the drink,
Okay.
anything like that.
Well,
And he's kept his sunglasses on the whole time.
yeah, he's definitely a turtle because no reasonable person turns down a breakfast buffet in an open bar. So I'm just gonna walk up to the guy. Oh, I heard one of the cops saying they think it's a giant turtle that did it.
You see like an eyebrow come up from underneath the sunglasses. Well, that sounds very interesting. A giant turtle, you say? I didn't
Yeah.
realize that they were carnivores.
Oh yeah. You get the big ones. I failed out of zoology. Well, I won't say I failed out. I just didn't pass with a grade that wasn't an F. But yeah, I didn't recognize the name. They said it was like some kind of like special turtle. They had like a cup in its head or something.
Oh, really?
You know
It's very
anything about that?
fascinating. Oh,
You're from around
Yeah.
here.
I'm just a humble patio furniture salesman. I don't think I'd know anything about carnivorous turtles with cups in their heads.
Okay. Can't help but notice that, you don't have a drink over here. You want me to go get you something?
Oh, that's very kind, but I'm not very thirsty right now.
Okay. Anyway, nice meeting you. Name's Phil.
Oh, I know, Phil. And he starts to turn away.
You know who I am, sir?
He turns around and he's got like this big grin on his face. Oh, yeah. I know who all of you are.
Yeah. Because your friend out on the island the other night?
I don't have a friend out on an island.
Okay. Okay. Anyone tell you you're like just creepy as all get out?
Once or twice.
Okay.
And
I really don't know where it's going at this point, buddy. Listen,
he leans really close to you, and he just kind of like whispers in your ear. I was there when you all introduced yourself. And then leans back, turns, and starts walking.
At the breakfast. Yeah, at the breakfast. Okay. Well, still, it's nice to meet you. If you change your mind about a drink, just let me know. I'd be willing to get it for you.
He turns and he looks. You're just always so very considerate, Phil. Must run in the family.
Yeah, it does. I want to go back to the bar. You'd get a drink after that.
Okay. So, what are the rest of you doing at this point? I guess it's in your hands.
Where do we go back to the island?
I'll go to the
What?
island, sure.
If we're all talking about this, I think we follow Creepy McGee over there.
We can break into the police department. They obviously know what's going on as they're trying to cover up for everything.
They are. We need to figure out what the hell those things were on the island, follow Creepy McGee, and see what the police are hiding.
Dude. See that
We
movie
need
that
to-
just came out, The Lost Boys?
I don't think so. I thought that was Maniac McGee.
No, man. Like, that dude, sunglasses.
Oh,
never
the
getting in
vampire.
sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
Hasn't had
saying we
anything to eat
light
or
his house
drink.
on fire tonight?
Donna, weren't you playing with someone who knew him?
So no, I was trying to get some information if there's a Mrs. Creepy Pants, but there is supposedly a Laura Petrie, but she has not been seen either much.
He probably keeps her safely on her boat. That's why.
We should rent a boat.
Vampires.
Well,
dude.
I mean, we're definitely here. We need to. There's obviously something in the water, so
Right.
we need to try to kill whatever it is in the water. So, are we going somewhere else on land, or are we going back to the water?
So we go to the store, we have the butcher give us whatever chum is left over, like the gunk that they're not going to sell, right? Basically, we get ourselves some chum. We rent a boat, we chum the water, and when the stupid turtle comes up, we just murder it.
How?
I mean, I'm gonna burn it. That Donna's probably got guns.
So I really like that idea. I think we can build on it. What if we went and stole like a mannequin or a CPR dummy and chummed that to make it a little more appealing? Like some fishing hooks.
Okay. Yes.
That is setting a trap.
Today I'm gonna respect the yes and.
That would definitely be setting a trap.
All right, let's go shopping.
And Donna, I want to apologize for, being so rude to you earlier. It turns out the salmon pole is the perfect way to just be another level of rude that I didn't know I could be.
I don't even remember what you're talking about. We're fine.
Okay. So you guys are looking to get some chum and a what? Like a dummy?
Something that
Yeah.
looks body shaped.
Okay. Okay. So you want to get like a mannequin or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have
Uh,
Christmas lights up and decorations. We can probably pretty easily grab like a Santa.
Oh yeah.
Just grab a Santa, like cut a hole in it, shove a bunch of chum up the fake Santa's butthole, and just drag it through the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. This all sounds legit. This all sounds absolutely legit. Okay.
It's all flavor for setting a trap for a monster that we're going to kill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll say getting chum probably isn't too difficult, as you could probably find some kind of bait and tackle shop type of deal. I think that's doable, and if not, you could probably make it your own. That's probably not too difficult. You could either just purchase a Santa Claus from a Kmart or something like that, or you can steal one. So I don't think any of that's too difficult. I don't think any of this is going to take rolls or anything, just time. And so we'll say afternoon is spent collecting your tools. So you have now a decently sized Santa Claus lawn ornament, and you have drilled a hole in its butthole. And you have a bucket full of chum. What's next on this plan?
Bill, the Santa. Probably why we're out. If we could have gotten like a, fishing pole and pole and some heavy line. That way, if we go with the boat, we can kind of drag the Santa
Okay.
behind us like it's swimming.
Okay.
And we need to rent a boat or borrow a boat.
All right. Do you want to steal a boat, or do you? I mean, is all this going to be on the up and up?
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Borrow, rent.
Disappointingly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think all of this can happen. I don't see any reason why any of this couldn't happen. This seems like it. Like you can rent a boat, you can get your fishing line, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, sure. All right. So we'll say evening, sunset, but not fully dark yet. We'll say you have all your things ready. You have your friend at the gate who can let you inside. So Jim Furyk will let you into the community anytime you want. The community is reeling from the loss of Julie Inkster. So walk me through what you guys do next as the sun starts setting.
We're going to catch a turtle man.
Yeah, I would imagine that we try to grab some like netting and some other things to try to kind of slow this creature down a bit. So kind of all of the nautical weaponry type things that we would get set up. So like nets or
Fishing
like,
gear kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll say anything that's mundane that could have been purchased at a tackle shop or something like that, we can say you all have. If it's anything more exotic than that, probably not. But if it's something mundane, no issues. All of you head out on the boat? Go ahead, Jeremy.
Our vehicle, don't we have like the perk for the team that we can get some weird weaponry?
Yeah. I think a
harpoon gun?
Harpoon gun, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's good.
Okay.
We get on
Make
the
sure
boat.
we've got a rope attached to it too so we can drag it.
A shark stick. The stick that's got the shotgun shell on the end.
Oh, wow. That's intense.
Could do that instead. Do you want that, or do you want a harpoon gun?
The shark stick sounds very fun, but I would kind of like the harpoon. That way, if we harpoon one of these things, we can pull it in.
It's the fun of the pull in with the rope or the fun of the explode.
I know they're both good,
Either
but
that or we could get a pressurized tank, and when it bites onto it, we shoot it.
oh, we jaws that thing. But
Yeah.
we get a boat.
We need a
Get it.
bigger boat for that.
We would need a bigger boat for that. Yeah. To toss our chum Santa attached to a fishing line, attached to a fishing pole, and we just go out on the water and just trawl for a while, just back and forth.
Okay.
I'll just put that. So, Donna, you usually the one that handles guns. Do you want to be in the water with the thing, or do you want to shoot it with a harpoon gun?
Shoot. I would prefer to be shooting.
I respect it. I'm not getting in the water with that thing.
I mean, at some point we may all have to get in the water if we're gonna try to take this thing
No,
out. But
no, we won't. It's not going to happen.
thank you for your faith in my shooting abilities.
It's totally gonna happen, Phil.
Yeah, I've
already been in the water with one of those things. It was not pleasant.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys get on your boat. Are we talking just like an open ceiling fishing boat? Because like this is a lake that doesn't really allow huge boats, but like we could probably get one big enough for the 5 of you and some equipment. So it is open air. You're all you can see each other. You're all sitting down. It's not that big. And you start trolling around on the lake. And are you going towards that island, or are you going towards where they found the body of Julie Inkster? Is there any particular place? It's a fairly large lake, or is it just wherever?
Probably. Well, I mean, we know the body could have come from anywhere, just wherever the currents carried it from. So I would kind of say like around the island, because we've got a definite confirmation that one was there. So.
And if we know where the
Okay.
property of the creepy guy is, let's like maybe make a little arc, like make a little
Oh.
circle between the island and the creepy dude's place. If he's got any property near the lake.
a good
I think the
idea.
only thing you guys know about him is his store. I don't think anyone has any personal information on him. Everything personal about him is kind of murky and uncertain. But you know where his store is, but it's not on the lake. Okay, so we'll say you're moving around, you're trekking around. How about who would we say is like piloting? Who would we say is like operating the thing that you're dragging behind, the fake Santa Claus body with chum up its butt?
You know,
I want to volunteer
Okay.
for chum butt.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. All right, so then let's say whoever's piloting, act under pressure, and whoever is so like it's just the idea of it's slow going, moving around, circling around. So there's a mist that starts to form a bit. And you can see that the sun is going down over that kind of foresty area, and it's getting a little darker, it's getting a little cooler, the mist is starting to pop up, this fog or whatever it is, it's kind of starting to roll over this dark, otherwise placid black water. So who's going to take the lead on the piloting?
I think that's Bert.
All right.
Yeah, if nobody else wants to.
Okay.
Caleb
So
wants
you're
to,
just-
but he gets talked out of it.
So
You're
act
just
under
moving
pressure.
around. Yeah, you're at the.
Do
you're
we
at the
have
back.
any bumps?
You can get a +1.
I will take that. It's cool, so I will increase cool. All right, there we go.
That'll do. Okay. I'll tell you. So I'll give you a hard choice. So because you have to keep going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. Okay. I'll say this. Here's the price to pay. It is a long night, and you guys circle round and round and round, and ultimately you guys are probably going to end up running out of gas on the motor. But at a certain point towards the late stage, you guys do see whoever's, I'll say Anton, since you're manning the engine a little bit, you're kind of moving around the best you can. You notice off the starboard side, there is splashing going around. Not near your vehicle, not kind of. It doesn't seem like it's grabbed your Santa Claus, but you see some splashing going around off to the starboard side. And if you all were sharing info, the last time you saw this creature, it had like splashed around in the water, and like Phil, you had ran out to try to help it.
Yeah.
So you thought it was something else. So you kind of see the same kind of splashing around in the water.
Okay. It's turtle time?
Layer trap.
Indeed. I see
So-
one of the.
I'm sorry, Jeff. So are you giving me a hard choice here? Or are
No,
you
no,
just
no.
saying
I want
this is
price
the
to
we're
pay.
paying?
The price to pay was the
Okay.
gas. Like you ran out of gas,
Mm.
basically.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I volunteered for handling chum butt. What I'd
Oh,
like to
God.
do, one of the effects you can do with magic is to summon a monster. And we've got a little bit of an idea of like what kind of monster this is and what it likes.
Sure.
So I'm gonna kind of like have the coils of the animated snake tattoo go around the chain down to the Santa thing, and kind of make sure that it emanates just this weird magical scent of like, maybe some sort of seaweed smell, something that just kind of like attracts it, like something from its home, something that just kind of calls to it more than just the average meat.
Okay. Sure. Roll your use magic.
This is a good idea.
No, this is a great idea. Yeah. I like it. Okay. Look at something. Let me know how you do. I switched scenes for a second.
I can't see the exact result, but it says
13.
success. Oh, 13.
Oh God.
13.
great.
Advanced
Wow.
success.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Oh jeez. So I'll give you basically the keeper will offer you some added benefit. Okay. Here's what effectively starts happening, Corbin, as you're consulting with your usual magical lines. You guys start seeing various illuminated spots underneath the water, kind of surrounding all around your boat. But it's like a blot here and a blot there, and it's kind of glowing and moving. You see they're all kind of shifting and moving, and there's like a good dozen of them, and like they're probably the size of maybe like a basketball when you're looking down at the water, but they're slowly kind of coming up to the surface, and as they do, they just bloop, and they start to float a bit, and you see it's like this sleeve, this kind of aquamarine. Some of them are kind of a little bit more tan or brown color, like a big sleeve, and then out from one side of it, almost like little tentacles and such. As you see all these sea cucumbers somehow have just sort of floated up, and they're huge, they're enormous. But in the process of doing that, you notice how the splashing from where Anton had seen off the starboard side has stopped, and instead you see a beeline of this stream in the water coming right towards those illuminated, glowing, magical sea cucumbers that Corbin has summoned up to the surface.
Oh my God, that's so gross. But Donna, over there, that thing coming right here, that thing. Oh God. Oh, sea cucumbers. It's so gross.
So Donna, you watch as this the stream of water comes close, and all of the sea cucumbers are just kind of floating. They're not doing anything particularly impressive. But you do see one of as the stream comes up, you suddenly hear as it leaps out of the water, and you see, for those of you who hadn't seen it before, a ninja turtle. Effectively, you see a creature with web fingers and claws and scales and a giant shell on its back, and she goes and just like effectively flops down on top of one of these cucumbers and starts floating down into the water. And you see like the flickering bioluminescence as it begins to devour this cucumber. What do you want to do?
So Donna wants to see if she can try to kind of time that, so where it's kind of got the kind of underbelly, and see if she can take a shot.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. Sure. Go ahead, kick some ass. You got the harpoon gun, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, it devours one, and it's almost shock. The first one, and it goes like the color disappears underneath the water, and there's all silent for a second, and then it leaps out of the water again. It starts going after the next one, and Donna, at this point, you try in mid-flight to shoot it underneath. So you're going to try to avoid its shell. Take a shot.
So I got
kick
a
some ass.
partial success with my kick some ass. So I do some damage to it. It does some damage to me.
Okay. So as you fire out, you see it. The harpoon digs kind of into its armpit, into this little fleshy part. It gets through the scales, and you hear it just goes as it flops down, and then it grabs on to the harpoon. We'll say there's maybe a rope attached or something, and it just yanks, and you see Donna just slam. You don't fall over. We'll just say you slam into the side of the boat, and you can take, we'll say, what's the weakest thing this can do? Take 2 harm as you just bang your face right against the side of the boat, as it kind of takes your feet out from underneath you, blood coming down your face. But you did in fact hit it, and so you're shooting the. Okay. So you shot the harpoon. You did avoid. I'm gonna say you avoided the armor, so I'm not gonna apply armor here because you specifically timed it. All right, and so you did shoot it with a harpoon, but we'll say it manages to like rip that free. You probably have a couple other shots as well, but there's now a little bit of blood pooling in the water.
And as she's like kind of being bounced along the top of the boat with this, she kind of like says, "Yeah, I think Anton's gun might have been a better idea."
And so as this now is like underneath the water, you can see it like kind of grabbing this other sea cucumber. And it's drifting lower and lower, and you can tell it's just like it did the last time. It's like eating it as it starts to sink back down to the bottom of the lake. What do you all do?
So it's harpooned on a rope, right?
Yeah, I mean it yanked Donna as much as as Donna yanked her, but yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna grab that rope and start
Trying to pull
Pull
it
it
out,
out
trying
of
to
the
reel
board.
it in. Okay.
trying to reel it in, laying that
All right.
fish.
Okay, buddy. Kick some ass, probably.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think kick some ass makes sense. It's tough.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna switch
11.
over. Wow.
Wow.
Look
Yeah.
at you, Mr. Regular. Okay.
Right?
So
It's like a ranger
you
in his preferred terrain.
You see Donna head bashes against the gunwale of the boat, blood coming down. Her hand kind of loosens a little bit. The harpoon gun almost looks like it's about to fly over as the creature tugs on it, but you reach over, you grab it, and you give it a pull, and you somehow, Phil, manage to pull it up from beneath the water, and it's like as you see this tiny little bioluminescent as the cucumber continues to sink. And it is now visible. You could probably only see it like partially, like the shell is kind of now in play, but like you have got it back up to the surface. As we'll say, it is still attached currently to the harpoon. Who does something now? It's up on the surface.
Well, I'll shoot it if no one else is going to do anything.
All right.
Yes.
And you just start
Yes,
firing
please.
away with your regular gun. Absolutely. Go right ahead. You start unloading.
And we
with the
all know
gun.
how well Anton
Mhm.
shoots. Sorry.
Would you like a +1 as you do
Somewhere,
that?
a dirt bike explodes.
Oh,
Just somewhere.
if you had a +1, it would have been a partial.
Okay, so on a miss, things go to hell. This is what's going to happen. You start, so you're firing, but it's still thrashing and moving around, even though you've got it up to the surface, Phil, and you're holding on to it. You start firing, and it's going to slip around. You see it just sort of continues to move, and you just keep firing, Anton, not really noticing which way it kind of goes, and then you fire again, and there's a clip as it banks off of like the engine, and then I'm not gonna have it explode because we said it was out of gas, but it does ricochet into the boat, and so all of a sudden there's thump, 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 and you look down and there's like 3 bullet holes in the bottom of the boat and water starting to pour in. That is how things go to hell as your boat begins to sink.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
And it's underneath the boat at this point. Phil, you're hanging on to it. Oh, God. And the boat is starting to turn from the strength of this thing.
Well, if nothing else, it's going to take us back to its lair, and then we'll know where that is. And Donna's going to try to shoot it again.
I'll start looking for life vests or raft.
Okay. I think it's fair to say that there are life vests. You might all be wearing one for all I know. That's perfectly fine. You went and you got your supplies. This is a reasonable supply. Donna, you want to shoot at it again? Okay. So are you shooting? Or maybe
like with my other hand, I'm trying to stab at it or something, if that makes more sense. Like I'm holding on.
I think that makes more sense because I think Phil, in the fiction, we said Phil grabbed it as you banged your head and he's hanging on. And so you try to reach down and just sort of stab it a bit. Sure. That sounds great. Go right ahead.
Taking the +1 on this. Oh heck yeah, that's a 16.
That is a
wow.
That is
really
a
good.
Crit, whatever the heck a double 6 is.
That is a really, really good. Okay.
So I can either suffer no harm or do double damage or drive the enemy away, or all hunters involved get a +1 forward.
Sure call. Sure roll.
Oh, it's either going to be double damage or a +1 to everybody. I'll do a +1 to everybody.
Okay, everyone, you're going to take a +1 forward from the advanced effect. Okay, and so what's the damage? Because you're just stabbing it, right? Like with a knife or something.
Yeah, the knife is a 1 harm, so. Okay,
you start stabbing. I'm going to say because you rolled double 6s, we'll say you managed to stab it without hitting the shell of the armor. So you will get some damage through. However, because you didn't pick suffer no harm, you have to get very close with the knife, and you're stabbing and stabbing. And as you stab down with your knife, maybe you forget its beak is also really, really strong. And it just leans back and starts headbutting right into your forearm. And you just see your forearm just turn to like a corn on the cob as it just starts ripping away at the skin. So you're going to take back on that 2 harm.
Dear.
And blood is just pouring everywhere. But yeah, you've done some damage to it. What next? Your boat is still sinking.
Turtle soup.
So at that point in time, Caleb is going to close the distance with the creature, and he's going to try and like pry the shell a little bit to where that soft exterior is exposed, and then just dive in and bite the soft bits of the turtle.
Okay. Okay. So this is
this area of the turtle, real close to its head, unfortunately. But you know,
yeah, this is gonna be kick some ass, but it is ridiculously strong. So I'm gonna say take a -1 on the roll, as it is extremely strong. It literally is part of its.
So it'll be
design.
It'll be a straight roll because everybody gets a +1.
It'll wash with your +1. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Just roll kick some ass. Partial success. Okay, so you basically inflict harm on each other. Okay, so you come in and you're trying to bite away underneath its shell. You're kind of peeling back as it's got now. It's one of its webbed claws was stabbed by Donna, and so there's like a knife. Like she's holding onto the knife. The Phil's still got it tethered with the harpoon gun. You come running up. You leap over top of Donna and you start right into the back of its neck. And then as it's sort of going to do, it's just going to, with a backhand of its other claw, it's just going to rake across your chest. So you can go ahead and take 2 points back.
Right.
But yeah, you've done some damage to it for sure. Okay.
Yeah, I did 4 total, if that makes any difference.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It's not going to kill it, but yeah, it does make a difference because it's more than what I wrote. Okay. Go ahead. It's up to you guys. What do you guys want to do?
I think I'll send one of the snake tattoos forward and kind of have it just like one will go in like one orifice of the shell, another one will go in through the other, and they'll just kind of circulate within and start to boil the water inside of the shell.
Ooh, very nice.
Basically using the everything. What was it called again? Burn everything.
Burn everything.
Going for the ignore armor burning spell.
Awesome. Give your use magic a roll. Love it.
Use magic and a +2 to the end of whatever this is, because sometimes it doesn't show me. Wow.
Oh, 6, 7, 8. So
wow.
an 8 is partial.
Oh.
Good thing you had the +2.
Okay. So that was a hang on. Let me
Use
pull up your
magic
thing.
partial success.
I always forget what yours specifically does. So partial success, I think it's usually like you guys both do something to each other.
It could be so on a miss with magic. There could be glitches, like I could.
Okay.
Yeah,
It
one
can
effect
weaken-
or
Yours
one
is
glitch.
perfectly. Choose your effect and the glitch. The keeper will decide what effect the glitch has. Okay. So yeah, what is it you want? What effect do you want?
So normally the hex burn everything does 3 damage, ignore armor. That's if
Okay.
it works. Not working, I'm open to whatever you feel is appropriate.
Well, I say let's just walk it through like the way it's listed. So if you want to inflict harm, so we'll say you're inflicting harm. What do you want your glitch to be?
Maybe
so
it's
effect is-
weakened. I thought
Okay.
I was going to be boiling the water inside of it, but that doesn't really work the way I thought
So-
it would.
I think in this case it probably makes sense. It just doesn't do quite as much damage as you want. Like it makes it like it's like a quick burst, like hot steam, like on its back, but doesn't necessarily has that like kind of sustained scalding effect. But it'll still do damage, just not as effective as you want it to be. Okay. This thing is still kicking. The boat is still sinking. I would say the boat is probably half filled with water at this point, as you guys are all sloshing around in it and moving around quite a bit. It's trying to drag you away. Like there's cucumber, like the floating cucumbers are sort of floating around, and you've got the Santa Claus filled with chum is still back there. And I'll say that's when you guys notice that there is another current that seems to be moving in the direction with some speed in the direction of your boat right now. What do you all want to do?
Well, good.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna take care of this one we've got. So I want to take like my life jacket or something and like quickly kind of like try and wrap it around the rope. That way, if need be, I can let go and it'll have like a buoy attached to the end of the Ninja Turtle. That way, hopefully we can track it or find it later.
It's not going to go down with 2 on them. Can't go down with 2 on them. Like the barrels.
Yeah.
Just using life preservers. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I think that's great. That's fine. I'll say act under pressure to see if you can do this without getting harmed. But I will say this isn't a straight up kick some ass though.
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Success.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
You do
it's a
exactly what you
+1.
set out to do. 11's no different than a 10. And you
Yeah,
didn't
it
get to
gotta get to 12. Okay.
So in this case, yeah, you managed to wrap the you find a way to tangle the life preserver in it so that it's not just going to immediately fall off or immediately be removed.
More so like because I've got like the harpoon gun with the rope and I'm kind of holding it to keep it so people can attack. I mainly want to attach the life jacket to the rope. That way, like if it goes underwater, we can still see the life jacket on the surface.
Somehow, Phil, proper nodding, and you just and you make a perfect.
I was a
knot.
Boy Scout.
You were absolutely
Didn't
Okay.
make it to Eagle Scout.
so.
But it wasn't all for naught.
Oh, jeez.
Ah,
Take
I jump in the
another
water.
7 points of harm, Caleb. As a dozen golf balls come firing out of your throat.
I'm all full on harm then, I guess.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So as this thing, which you have now tethered to yourselves, you have attached a life preserver to it. You have stabbed it. You have shot it at it, and you have lunged a harpoon into it, and you've set its back on fire. It's still kicking, and it's screaming, and all these little shiny sea cucumbers are floating around. Your boat is half sinking. And that's when behind you, where you have set up Santa Claus, a Santa Claus lawn of your filled with chum that you have been trolling around this entire area, you watch erupting up out of the water is a massive crocodile head. Its jaws goes extremely wide. It's as big as your canoe, and it chomps down directly onto poor Santa Claus. And you all feel your whole entire boat, this creature included, get tugged because Santa Claus is tied to the boat, and all of you are beginning to get dragged down into the lake. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. It will pick up on that in a
Good
couple
cliffhanger.
weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
But we're
boy.
definitely not going in the water.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that got
Yep.
crazy.
Oh, we have found ourselves in some trouble.
You guys are doing great against the Kappa. You guys are doing really great against the Kappa. Pretty good.
Yeah.
You guys know what it is. I know you guys all know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're doing really good against it. It's not looking good. I'll tell you that. But there are other issues going on. Okay. Let's do questions really fast. We do them
Ooh.
on because we never do that on air. So let's do it really fast. End of session experience. Did you conclude the current mystery? No. Save someone from certain death or worse?
No, we
You, in
pushed Lily in the
fact,
water.
helped a woman. Should I take an XP from you?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Did you learn something new and important about the world? do you guys think?
No.
That there's
World?
bodies every year. Like every year, there seems to be
There you go.
some new way that bad things happen in this area.
I like it. That's good. Take that. Did you learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
About ourselves?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Mm.
I'm just reading from the.
Bill's
the
not
GM
as good at
or-
golf as he thinks he is.
Sure, he's not the champion.
No.
That these-
The
Number
trophy
one golfer,
says
right.
Corbin is. You guys are on the same team. Oh goodness, it's so
Doesn't
hilarious.
matter.
learned that these cousins are very competitive. We had not previously been aware of that.
And then for your team, so the team XP is. Did you take extremely dangerous risks?
Yes.
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 I think we
There
should
is
Found
no
say
Santa on the
question
boat.
Okay.
that we did that. We absolutely took risks.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to actually work out for it, but boy, it's going to work out for that other thing. And here we are. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone got XP that they wanted to transfer over to your team stuff, now would be the time. Anyone want to do it? You guys are 2 slots away from picking anything up.
Nope.
I'm pretty far away, so I'll
I-
move all mine over to the team.
I did not pick up any XP.
Oh, okay.
Picked up
You are succeeding like crazy.
I need my XP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So let's go ahead and do some closing plugs. We'll get on out of here. Thank you to Dork Tales belatedly for the raid. I think Melissa got the shout out. I really do appreciate it. If you all follow us and you haven't followed Dork Tales, make sure you go check their channel out. Awesome stuff. All right, Chuck, what's the okay
That's
doing this
me.
week?
Wednesday, we're doing Dungeon Crawl Classics. We've got our Night Below campaign. It's over on twitch.tv/Defenders of Kobold. And then Friday, we're back to Anvia, the game that Joe is making. Yeah, that's what we got this week.
Perfect. Bert, what about Steam, Steal, and Murder?
Tuesday, we've got some Werewolf 20th Anniversary Edition going on. Friday is old school BX Dungeons and Dragons. And Sunday, if I can find some folks, I've got a new DCC module that's not out yet that I'd like to play
Ooh.
test.
I'm available.
Very nice.
From
Very nice. Very
Shinobi
nice.
77 Games.
Cool. Jeremy, I think you have a Patreon you want to talk about.
Sure. Aaron Reese on Patreon, comics, maps, tokens, fun stuff. Check it out.
Perfect. And Adam, what's going on with Grim and Perilous, man?
Not a whole lot right now. Holiday season has kept a lot of stuff from happening, but just sign up for our emailing list on our website or follow us on our socials to see the latest announcements want to really talk about them because we got some big stuff coming.
Cool. As for us here, next game's tomorrow night. We're back to Marvel Multiverse role-playing game and our X-Men themed Schools Out campaign. We're getting near the end of that one. We just finished up a little arc in Mojo World, and it was fun. And Thursday, we'll be doing more Werewolf the Apocalypse. You can see myself, Melissa, and Jeremy in that game. Friday, we should be doing Warhammer Wrath and Glory, Warhammer 40k Wrath and Glory. Where we are starting up the Litanies of the Lost campaign. We're a couple sessions in. And a Saturday, we've got Call of Cthulhu, Eternal Lies. Also, go ahead and check out the YouTube page and stuff for other games like our Delta Green game, Fragged Empire, etc., etc. And we'll be back with Monster Week in 2 weeks. We'll see how this craziness concludes. Otherwise, that's it for us. Thanks everyone going out tonight. We're going to go ahead and pay it forward. We're going to raid Lost Caravan RPG. So follow that raid. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.